Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we are going to look back at the week that was in sneakers. We're going to talk about some of the big releases, some of the most exciting news and developments, and talk about some exciting sneakers coming up further down the line. Let's start off with some of the big sneaker releases this week, and first and foremost, the Tiffany Air Force Ones dropped. How did you guys go on this release? Did you come up? I found it quite funny how everybody was dogging this release. You had to search pretty far and wide to find someone that seemingly really liked these. And yet, despite all of the hate, these still sold out very quickly and are currently reselling for over $1,000 on StockX. The Cortez Air Max 95s dropped. This was on the Cortez website, which in itself is a bit of a riddle and puzzle to unlock. Now, Cortez's owner, Clint, is quite anti-reselling. Whenever he sees people sharing wins and reselling, he blocks people. And if you are a notable reseller and you got your hands on these, at least in some cases, your order was cancelled. These are currently reselling for over $400, and we can expect a wider Nike Sneakers app release further down the line. Make sure you are subscribed so I can keep you guys up to date with that stuff. Last up, we had the Reimagined 3s, which dropped here in the UK today and over there stateside. How did you guys go on these? I took an L on the Sneakers app, and I wasn't really that fussed about it, to be honest. I still have my 2013 pair, which looks like it has aged 10 years because it has aged 10 years, and so I wasn't that sad about missing out on the opportunity to buy a brand new pair of shoes that looks like it has aged 10 plus years. Did you guys come up? And for those of you that may have got EA last week, how did the QC turn out on your pair? I've seen a lot of people complaining about different quality leather on the upper, different types of elephant prints. It seems like the QC on this particular release was pretty poor. Okay, so let's crack into some news, and firstly we're going to talk about Bjorn Gulden, the CEO of Adidas, finally clearing the air on the Yeezy situation. So they are sat on this massive $1.3 billion stockpile of Yeezys that they don't know what to do with. The options on the table are basically burn them, sell them, or donate them. Any option they choose is going to result in them firming an L. If they burn them, they are going to be causing a lot of unnecessary environmental damage and obviously wasting a lot of shoes that could definitely be repurposed better. If they sell them, their reputation also takes a hit because they have already dissociated with Ye and publicly condemned him, and so to be seen profiting off his name again is not a good look. Lastly, they could, and in my opinion should, just donate them or sell them at cost. The reluctance for this option is that they don't want these sneakers to end up in the hands of resellers instead of on the feet of the people that really need them. The CEO says that they are going to be opting for the decision that harms the brand the least. What do you guys think they should do with these Yeezys? Let me know in the comments. The lawsuit between Nike and KIY Kicks continues to rumble on. You guys might remember a week or two ago, KIY Kicks actually issued a countersuit against the swoosh. And in response to this counter lawsuit, Nike came out with some pretty funny comments. They said that KIY is not a cutting edge design house. There's nothing creative or cutting edge about stealing Nike designs. KIY is a serial copycat who has profited from the intentional theft of some of Nike's most iconic silhouettes. If that isn't a beautiful roast, I don't know what is. Now, granted, KIY Kicks does have some pretty nice looking colorways and materials, but that does not get away from the fact that his sneakers are blatant ripoffs. And so I think he's going to get what's coming to him, and I think he's burned up a lot of cash by trying to go down this whole countersuit route. What do you guys think of this situation? Right, before we get into some first looks and some exciting upcoming sneaker releases, let's take a moment to talk about the SB Jordan 4 and some of the technological updates. So the most significant updates to the SB4 are found in areas like the eye stays, the wings, and the heel tabs. They have been molded from a soft rubber rather than a plastic. This is so they're going to be a little bit more flexible and a little bit more forgiving for skateboarding. The midsole has also been updated, so it's going to allow for better board feel. Notably, the 4-foot air unit has been removed completely. Now, with all of these awesome technology upgrades and updates, it's comforting to know that all of these modifications will be enjoyed by the vast majority of people who will be buying these not to skate. Just wanted to take a moment to talk about the news regarding StockX CFO John Kyle is going to be leaving the company at the end of the month. Moving on. Speaking of StockX, you guys might have seen CEO Scott Cutler on the Complex Sneakers podcast talking about all things StockX, and one interesting point came up regarding Nike and the fakes. There was a suggestion around Nike perhaps planting fakes in order to try to catch StockX out, and I'm wondering what you guys think of this. It sort of seems a little bit baseless right out the gate on its face, because let's say Nike did plant some fakes, or they did set up an account wherein they sold some fake shoes to StockX, and then they set up an account to buy the fake shoes from StockX. Those shoes still had to go through StockX's verification, and so I don't understand at what point the fakes would have been planted. Doesn't quite make sense to me. I'm not sure what you guys think about this, but it seems a little bit silly to me. Rightio, let's talk about some first looks of some exciting upcoming sneakers, and I want to start off with the Nike SB Dunkleost Supreme collab. We got some really good looks at this model, and I've got to tell you, I like them. I know a lot of people out there have already been putting the early hate on these, but I think they're cool. I like the black suede, I like the Rammellzee inspired artwork on the white canvas. There's going to be a low top as well as a high top. I like the gum sole as well, and the Supreme touches on SBs are always nice, whether it's the Dubré or the hang tag or the insole. I'm liking these a lot. What do you guys think? First looks at the Air Jordan 3 Palomino. Nice colorway, light or wood brown, metallic gold, light British tan, very nice colorway. Pretty muted, pretty neutral. Pictures aren't that great at this stage, but I don't think you can really go wrong with this type of color blocking. What do you guys think about these? You guys might have seen this release, the April Skateboards SB. These are set to come out in the summer, and really nice colorway. You can't help but draw the comparisons against the recent Tiffany collab, given it's a sort of teal Tiffany type blue. And then they've also kind of compounded the comparison by adding this silver swoosh. But I'm liking the look of these for sure, and these will be on the cop list for the summer. What do you guys think? Images of the SB Dunk High Sweet Tooth are out there, and I don't know about you guys, but when I first saw these, I sort of thought these might be like a ray gun SB High, but no, they are a Sweet Tooth SB, and they are dropping for Halloween. And these are paying homage to candy corn, and they have the Sweet Tooth motif on the heel. Definitely a fan of candy corn, although back in New Zealand, we called this like caramel popcorn. And yeah, always annoying where you get those little bits in between your teeth. So I can definitely recognize what the sneaker is talking about. We got some official images of the Clots Fragment Dunk collab. Clean, simple, can't really fault them, but it kind of feels a little bit underwhelming. Without the fragments on the heel or stamped on the insole, there's nothing obvious about the sneaker that speaks fragments to me. Kind of feels like they've just piggybacked on this collab. You know, like the group member that manages to put their name on the project despite not contributing anything. Now, in terms of sneaker releases coming out this week, there are barely any worth talking about. I mean, there's some Jordan 2 lows, some Air Max 1 Tiger swoosh, dunks, some Terminators, but these are all crap. You do have the Drake Nocta Swim Fin, which I'm still halfway convinced is a troll, but these are dropping on the 17th. And then on March 18th, you've got the Skyline Jordan 1 highs. Depending on where you are in the world, I think those are going to sit. And that's really it for this week. The following week, it does get a little bit hectic with the SB Jordan 4s and the Fly Streetwears, but we will talk about that next week. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video. If you did enjoy it, feel free to hit the like button for me. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care for now, and peace.